Most of the comments that I have received have been directed towards my hair in contrast with my skin.
Many of my friends used to tease me with like, oh, you have dark skin.
Do you also dance as well?
No.
No? Hi, my name is Kim. Nice to meet you.
My name is Richie. Nice to meet you.
So, what are you studying here at MC?
My major is international studies, and for now I'm just taking general ed classes for this semester.
Awesome.
What about you?
Me, I started off with a communications degree, finished those credits, and now I'm working on my broadcast media degree with a concentration in television. So hopefully when I graduate, I will have both degrees.
That's good. So where are you from though?
I am from Silver Spring, Maryland, born and raised in Maryland. Trying to travel a little bit more, trying to venture out more. And you?
I'm from India. I came here 4 years ago.
Wow. What part of India?
Haryana.
Wow. Never heard of it.
That's near Delhi, near the capital of India. So it's a big state though, but not many people come from there. It's usually either from the south or either from, not from really north, but usually from the south and above the South India.
Is there anything that you miss from home, or like what is the difference like from?
Well, I'm still missing many things. So usually the food is the main thing. I love the food in India. It's because it's also the staple food, and I've always used to eat that food. But mostly it was the food that my mom made at home, but because the vegetables are designed so differently, they're produced so differently there and here. The taste changes when you move to other countries. Even if you make the same dish with the same vegetables in another country, the taste still varies. So I miss that, the taste, and my family. My whole family is there. Only my parents and my siblings are here with me. So I miss them also.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are some things that you've, like culture-wise, that you've brought with you, like from India, besides like food and other things like that?
Culture. It's like everything that I got to learn from my parents. I brought that here. So how I speak, how I interact with people. I think my interaction has changed from how people interact in India and how people interact here. So I'm getting involved in that, getting evolved in that thing. But yeah, so the interaction has changed, but I think some core values that my parents told me that is resonating somewhere in myself, and I try to follow them.
Cool.
It also makes me feel it's not that I'm oppressed by those dogmas, but it's I feel that it's right. Yeah. What about you?
Me, culture-wise, I mean, I've grown up here most of my entire life. My mother is from Suriname, which is a country that neighbors Guyana and Brazil in South America. And my father is from Brooklyn, and his parents have, ties back to Puerto Rico and Italy. So they kind of, ever since they've moved to Maryland, they've kind of left a lot of the cultural pieces out of me growing up. However, as I got older, I took it upon myself to really dig a little bit deeper, especially with my mom's side of her culture, since I'm a lot closer to her. So a lot of her culture revolves around African descent. There's also a mix of, India. China's also kind of in the mix as well, Japanese. So that's like kind of like one place where we kind of have a similarity, which I think is really cool.
Like I think that every human is pretty diverse. Their blood is pretty diverse. It's not that all our DNA is just one fixed ancestor.
Right.
Like as we know that we all like initially we all came from Africa and then moved to other countries, other continents, and then slowly like connected to each other when we were in remote areas and slowly globalized.
Yeah.
And it's not that as like every human is unique, like they are unique, but their blood is not unique.
It's like we're all connected in some way.
It is. We are connected. That's what I think. But that's true though.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know that you're born here, but have you ever experienced any stereotype or racist comments against you?
Only a few times in my life. Most of the comments that I have received have been directed towards my hair in contrast with my skin, or as well as me, just because like I look a certain way, I can't be like another, like I don't have any other ethnicity or like nationality in my blood. For example, I remember sometimes, you know how high schools have those, like those, those spirit weeks? And I think one day in particular was International Day. In that particular day, I decided to show like my Italian side, and everyone looked at me up and down like, you're not Italian, you're not this, you're not that. I was like, how do you know? I mean, people come in all different shapes, sizes, colors. It's like, you can be from anywhere and look like X, Y, or Z. So I thought that was an interesting experience for me. And a lot of comments that I have received have been directed towards my hair. And hair in like African American culture is like a really big thing. It's a big thing about pride. It's a big thing about just loving yourself as well. That piece of you, like that part of your being that has been like ridiculed for very long by other parts of society. So in order to combat that, because when I was younger, I used to hate my hair. I didn't like it. When it was puffy, I would cry, like I couldn't go outside. I couldn't go to school with my hair, you know, kind of just blown out puffy. So to combat that, all my friends started going natural. So at some point they had chemical treatments or they had dyed hair. They all went natural. And my friends encouraged me to go natural. And at the time I had a chemical treatment which made my hair straight. So after about a year and 8 months, I grew it out, and then I finally just cut off the rest of it. And I can say it's easily the best decision I'd ever made for myself. It was also one of those decisions that I had made where I took control of like this part of my, like not culture, this part of my body, this part of just like me being a woman, like I'm in control of my hair. Like this is who I am. This is how I feel like I'm supposed to be. So that was a really big thing for me too.
I think that is big because I've also experienced something like that in India because of my color. It's usually this reasoning, this thought process that many Indians have gone into, that the fair color is the superior. And I think that also is very influenced from the British Empire, which was there for 200 years. And it still resonates in many people's mind. And I was a prey for many of them. I was one of their preys. Many of my friends used to like tease me with like, oh, you have dark skin, and like you doesn't look like us that much. It was more of a teasing than like picking on you, bullying you or something. But I still felt that like they kind of making some comments about me that I don't like. So I can relate to that, and it changed though. But when I came here, I was expecting that maybe I would experience more stereotyping when I would come to America, because it's many white people live there. But it was a very different experience. Like when I came here, I couldn't recall any moment when somebody would have picked on me, saying that, oh, you have dark skin, or you look like something, you don't look like us. That was a change in my perspective also. I also perceived something different when I was in India. I don't want to say that everyone was bad in India, because no, not everyone. But I think some people who had naive thoughts was not seeing everyone as one, but more of they had limited knowledge of people, and that's how they perceived different peoples.
How have your interactions been with other people from different cultures on this campus?
Well, as I said, that it has changed a lot. I was not expecting that people would not stereotype or pick on me saying, oh, you have dark skin. Or people have shown, they have not, for my perspective, I have not seen anyone picking on me. So I can say that, like, even though they knew that I have different skin, I look different, they didn't displayed that on their face. They didn't showed that on their emotions. They talked to me as I was a human being, just like them. It was I didn't felt as I was different than them. So that was something that I applauded. I was very grateful that not just this campus, but even like since I came here, I didn't have any experience like that, any traumatizing experience that I would say. And especially on the campus also, like professors, students were very friendly to me. And even as being a freshman, I didn't feel like someone was bullying me or something. It was, it was chill, it was pretty calm, yeah.
I'm really glad that you say that too, because it should be normal that we come across people from all different like backgrounds. Like it shouldn't be like it should be an everyday thing where we come across somebody and it's like they're from here, they're from there, but it doesn't matter because we're all here to accomplish one goal, which is to get a degree and be successful.
Yeah, I do agree with that. But I think it's more the cause of this problem that people perceive different people as different. Is because they have limited knowledge. They don't have the full knowledge of, I think, human beings. They just use their little knowledge to pick out on someone and see, oh, he's different. And maybe they just don't know, but they should know.
Yeah, a lot of it, I do agree, a lot of it does come from lack of knowledge, and that's why it is important to have people from all kinds of backgrounds, because the school, I also feel like, showcases, or MC showcases, a lot of cultures through clubs, through activities, through events that we hold. A while ago, we actually did a Southeast Asian film festival, which was really interesting to see how all these people came together to produce films about hardship, about romance, about actual real world issues that are happening in different places of the world and also in Southeast Asia. So I think that the school does a really good job in showcasing everybody that does attend MC. And what are some hobbies that you like to partake in?
The hobby that I usually am involved with is music. Listening to music, singing.
जन्म 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 साथ चलना यूं कसम तुम्हें कसम आके मिलना यही एक जा है भले दो बदन हो जुदा मेरी हो के हमेशा ही रहना कभी ना कहना अलविदा.
That's what usually I do to relieve my stress and take myself to some other extinct beyond my intellect. I can so it's just something different that I try to do when I'm not probably involved with something else. So like before, you said that you do like to sing and listen to music. So do you know when you started to sing and got into it?
I started singing around maybe 4 years old, and then after a while when I got into school, maybe around 3rd grade, 2nd grade, I did choir. And from that point on, pretty much till the 12th grade, I consistently did choir. I started off in like those little mixed groups in elementary school. And then when you get to middle school and high school, they kind of like branch off into different kinds of choirs. So I did a mixed chamber pretty much throughout, which is just like a mixed group of people. with like your 4 basic tones from like soprano, which is the highest or one of the highest, to bass, which is like one of the lowest like ranges. And then when I went to high school in my freshman year, I did a women's ensemble, which is all women with the same 4 ranges, soprano, alto, tenor, bass. And then I did chamber for another year, which included dancing, which was a whole, fiasco. Can't dance, but we had to figure it out. And then for the last 2 years of high school, I did a cappella. So that's pretty much singing with no background music, no background anything, and just using your voice to either mimic beats, undercurrents of music, sound, or just singing with the same 4 basic groups. I sing pretty much throughout most of the day. When I wake up, I sing. When I brush my teeth, I sing. When I make breakfast, lunch, dinner, I sing. It kind of just keeps me going throughout the day. It keeps me moving. I don't know, it's like a little just thing to like, hey, be happy, sing a song. We just walk on down the hallway. Today's a great day. A beautiful day. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, music makes me really happy. I think if I didn't have it, I think a big part of me would be missing.
But what kind of music do you listen to though?
Oh, I listen to pretty much everything besides country. I'm really trying to get back into like old school hip hop. I'm having a lot of my friends and their parents teach me a little bit about old school hip hop. I listen to a lot more of like alternative R&B and hip hop now. I'm also trying to get into more of like international music, so just like Indian music as well, a little bit of K-pop. So I'm kind of all over the map in terms of music. And I know you said earlier that you like to sing as well, and a lot of your music that you listen to is from India. Do you also dance as well?
No.
No?
No, dance is, I think, taboo. Like, I don't do it. Like, I would love to do it, but it doesn't come from inside for me. It's like I have some moments that I thought like maybe I should do dance, but after it's not that. I don't know. I don't think so. I'm made for dancing. It's just something very different. But yeah, it's usually the music. I think it's more of. I like to do everything that interests me. That's a big thing. Like if something interests me, then I do it. I think a few years before, I didn't used to listen to music that much. I used to listen to music, but it was not consistent. But then slowly, I got into it. It was interesting for me, so I got into music. And it's also like a few years back, I didn't used to exercise or was not much active in physical exercise. But then watching videos on YouTube, I got into a different aesthetic workout and started doing calisthenics. It was pretty different.
You must be really strong then, because calisthenics are not easy at all. That's really cool. Yeah, I used to do a lot of gym work as well, but because of this past semester, like I have not been able to go back. Lifting weights and just doing cardio itself has been like a really big stress reliever. I wish I had time now to do it, because it's a lot of fun for me.
Well, exercising is pretty, also as a meditation for me, because when I exercise, I forget about everything that's going on in my life and just focus on my exercising and work on my breathing, work on my like picking up weights, using them, picking up my body. In calisthenics, you don't use any weights. You usually use your body weight to exercise. So it was a variation of yoga, I would say, but it's not close to that. Very close, but it was a variation, I would say.
Well, I really enjoyed our talk today. Thank you so much for spending the time with me today to talk, and I hope I get to see you on campus.
Yeah, I hope I'll get to see you too.
Thanks again.
Thanks for talking to me.